All right, so going to be doing it on New England Patriots 2025 NFL mock draft. Going to still use this NFL mock draft simulator. Still has 7 rounds, has the largest list of potential prospects. So going to stick with this for the time being, probably for another month until PFF gets their system filled out a little bit more. But anyway, so it's still going to be a 2.0. I'm going to put in air quotes because we don't know where the Patriots are actually going to end up in the draft order. Even though with 3 wins, it's possible they win 1 or 2 more, and that probably this year, the way it's going, that might put them outside the top 10. So consider that. Other thing is I expect what we saw last year, which is a lot of guys who would be good value pickups in that like 3rd round, 4th round, 5th round. Probably, if they have another year of eligibility, probably going to come back to college for another year, put their name into the portal, see if they can get a bigger NIL deal, and just simply addition by subtraction, they'll move up in next year's draft class, boost their draft stock, etc. So can't have a really strong, legit discussion. This is not a true mock draft just because of those 2 major unknowns, right? But why I'm even doing it is, one, yeah, you can talk about like some of these players. It's good to talk about them, watch them in college football, see how they're developing. Hey, that guy might be a Patriot. That's great. The other thing is, it's more of like a discussion about like the Patriots' actual roster at the moment. I want to point this out. The Patriots are a very young roster. Now, minus a few of the guys they re-signed, recent draft picks, guys they just picked off other rosters, practice squads. So not only do they need development as players, but they need to develop inside the system. So let's see, we're starting to see some trends, like the offensive line, although everybody's going to point out it's not great. Like, there's times where they obviously make, big mistakes and those lead to sacks. But if you look at other teams, they're complaining about the same thing, guys. I'll point out, I'm not going to apologize for being a Vidarian Lowe fan, because the guy from Illinois to the Vikings to last year to this year, the growth trajectory it's like exponential, guys. Like, he's making improvements year over year. He's got the size, the build, the length. Obviously a solid dude as a human being. So we should be rooting for him to be able to be your starting left tackle. You want that, or at least takes the edge off. Oh my gosh, we have to go and get a left tackle in the 1st round. I'm not opposed to it. I still think Will Campbell's the best offensive line prospect in the whole draft, and I would love for them to get him, because it would make, no matter where they put him on the line, it would make your team better, right? So I'm still pro Will Campbell, but that doesn't mean I just want to get rid of Vidarian Lowe, because the guy's a legitimate NFL tackle at this point. Going into Sunday, I don't know about now, I haven't looked at it since then, but going into Sunday, there was only 1 tackle in the NFL that had less penalties and less sacks per snap, not per, overall, we're talking per snap, than Vidarian Lowe, and that was Penei Sewell, who is arguably, if not the best, but at least top 3 or 5 tackles in the whole entire NFL. So I'm not saying that that's where Vidarian Lowe is, but don't say he's been bad. He's been actually pretty good. And yeah, he makes mistakes, but so like Tunsil, Laremy Tunsil, who everybody thinks is I think he is good, has like double-digit penalties, guys. Like, Trent Williams has multiple sacks on the season. Like, I'm not saying like he's some sort of Pro Bowl tackle, but take a look out and realize what's going on, and stop listening to every media person that just they need to have takes, people. They can't just sit there in silence every single day. And when you're a losing team, what are you going to do? You're not going to point out the really great things about the team. You're going to find negatives about everything. Even when things are going good, it's like with an asterisk, because it's like, oh, they played this team, or oh, he's only played this much, or whatever. So you as the person, and if we've learned anything over the last few months, when you listen to news and media, start thinking for yourself and start watching, and then start looking outside what they're making you look at. Look outside. Look at other teams. Realize what you have right now. And again, I'm not going to say the offensive line's great, but they're showing improvement. Right? They're getting, chemistry is huge. These guys are finally starting to play. I mean, what was it? This is the 2nd game that they had this starting offensive line going in there. Looked pretty good. I'm not saying it was great. Looked pretty good. Like, They're going to have mistakes once or twice a game. They need improvements, of course. Now, defensive line, same thing. Like, you're starting to get some of these guys in there for multiple games in a row. Now we have Barmore back. Give those guys a couple, Yannick, you got him. Let's see what he does. Now they just picked up Titus Leo. Give these guys towards the end of the season, and maybe you don't have to go out and get like two D tackles and an edge in this draft class. Maybe you don't have to get left and right tackles in a center. Maybe these guys take the edge off and allow some flexibility to draft more of like the best player available, which the talent on the team, you're looking just to improve. There's only about 2 or 3 guys you would say, I don't have to worry about that position anymore. Right? And start going into how do we not just upgrade every position, but is there anything that's completely missing? Now, at this point, my top priority would probably be a big X receiver because we just simply don't have one. I know that, everybody thinks their initial plan is probably to go out and get a big time free agent like T. Higgins, which I'm not entirely sold on T. Higgins just because his durability is brutal. He hurts himself. He has some like contact injuries, but man, does that guy find ways to pull and sprain things left and right. Not entirely sold on everybody in free agency. I think kind of that big X receiver might be your number one priority. Tech McMillan to me seems to be the standout there, obviously. Again, I'll talk about Will Campbell. Gladly take Will Campbell, guard or tackle. I don't care. You just need a good player, right? Somebody who comes in and is no matter what a good solid starter. I don't care if he plays center, guard, tackle. I know, and I'm somebody who lives on valuations and even spent an enormous amount of time coming up with a whole entire draft hierarchy cheat sheet. And guard is not even the top 20. But the offensive line just needs to find a way to get better. And if the guy can play guard and Vidarian Lowe is a valuable left tackle and he's your left guard for a bit and Cole Strange is your center for the future and Onwenu's at right guard and you figure out Caden Wallace or Trey Jacobs at right tackle for next season, whatever, that's fine. As long as it's an improvement, right? That's where you're at. I think this is one of the things that a lot of Patriots fans, you don't have the rosters of the old and you don't have players that elevate. So you can no longer nitpick, I'm not saying nitpick, but fine tune in the roster to go out and get those one particular player that will help you, that will be amplified by the team that you already have. You have to start developing a base of talent that's young, that has a lot of upside still, right? So high floor, but incredibly high ceiling players, right? That's where we're at. Anyway, I'll get into this. I'm talking too much, but again, probably the take home here is that let's have a discussion about what the Patriots could get in this draft, and at the same time, did I not pick the Patriots? Oh, there we go. But at the same time, let's see what we can actually get out of the draft. What's the potential trade back scenarios? So I'll probably do 2 or 3 really quick here. Start. So the Patriots are 6th, which, yeah, that's kind of crazy. But I'm not going to do any trades for the first time. Let's just see what they... See, this is where you have a blue chipper, blue chipper, blue chipper, blue chipper, blue chipper. So... And then who would be the one? Gene T would be the other one. And then so someone actually took Johnson, right? I can't go back, of course. Can we do that? Okay, so yeah, someone took Will Johnson. Cam Ward, Shador, sure. Okay. So in this case, if you could go back, in this, probably in the top 10, and you could still get a blue chip, right? You'd still have a shot at either Banks, not that Banks. I don't think Banks is. I have Will Campbell as blue chip. I don't have Banks as blue chip, even though I think he's definitely worthy of a first round pick for sure. But your blue chip. And what I mean by that is if you trade back and you miss out, at least you still can. Someone else might still be paying for what you have. Again, so. But let's take a look here. I'm gonna go with Tet. Let's just see what Tet does. I think that's a smart move. So next would probably have to be offensive line. I didn't check their big board. I should have done that. Shoot. Jonah would not be bad. Now, he plays right tackle at the moment, but he's definitely built for guard. And if you can give me Jonah for a guard, I wouldn't hate it. Tyler Booker, ooh, that's another guard situation. Let's take a look at O-tackle. I see Wyatt, which I really like. I'm not big on Connerly. Embo is probably a guard. Blake Miller, like technique-wise, great right tackle. Dude's going to have to gain like 20 pounds. Not sure if that's going to happen. He's one of those guys where it's like, I just don't know what I'm going to do with him. He's got the length, though. No problems with length. No problems with footwork. His pass set's a little slow sometimes. He definitely jumps the gun, and I think that's the reason why. I think he really, he times the hike pretty much. So, yeah, he'd probably have to work on a little bit there. Just a questions about just raw athletic ability at the tackle position. Green, definitely athletic enough, definitely violent enough. Technique can be a mess, though. Belton, I like there. That'd be a sweet spot at 84 or 108. Probably have to go to 84 for Belton. Zabel, I'd go to at 108. He can play left tackle, guard, and center. Shelton can play tackle, and I think he played some center a few snaps. Jalen Travis, good. Pettis later on. So what you could do is, he's pretty good. He's a little light, but I like how he plays. Good right tackle. I think Jude goes back. Xavier Truss, guys, plays guard. I think he played guard last year. Obviously playing tackle this year, right tackle. Also from Rhode Island. So I always like that because I know he's used to the weather. Could be a Patriot fan. Would probably be a nice little bring home. Holland Pierce, by the way, absolute monster of a human being. I think he's like 6'7", something like that, but he's like mid 350, 360. Big dude. Moves well for his size. I really like Ethan, but talking with Jim Nagy, it sounds like he's probably going to be coming back or going back for one more year. And a lot of these guys down here, if they have another year, probably would benefit from going back. So I would say let's say this, the offensive tackle class in terms of potential, like, could be good. It's just how many guys go back. And I'd say probably most of these guys that are down here, I think Holland has to come out this year, but a lot of these guys down here are probably going to have to, or probably going to make a decision to go back for another year. So in terms of like strategy here, maybe we can get one now, but the tackles maybe go here. Question is am I looking at up here anybody that's really worth solid second round pick? And there's a bunch. Like getting Deion Walker would be game changer. Jonah would be safe because you're getting somebody who can definitely play right tackle. I shouldn't say that. Plays right tackle now, but probably better guard. And then could you get target maybe? We'd have to get edge. Let's take a look at what we got for edge here. Jack Sawyer, I can see him being a first rounder. Landon's probably easy second rounder. Then Ashton is much better than that. Same thing with Danny. If you can get one of those guys at 84, even 108, even 144 would probably be good. How should we do this? Actually, you know what? Let's take a look at linebackers that have Jihad. Oh, yes. Harold Perkins, I think, is he? I thought he was injured, like legit injured knee. I'll have to take a look at that. They still have him in here that high, though. That being said, do they still have Simmons in here high? Did he get drafted already? Oh my gosh! Yeah, he tore up his knee. All right. He was kind of like my plan there, which was like, hey, maybe we can pick him up at like 84 or 108 or something like that, because he's, we're not sure if he tore his knee up pretty bad apparently, so maybe you can get him and sit sit for a while behind Vidar because he plays left and right tackle. So why am I getting a quarterback? And what are you doing? The needle mover here is Deion Walker, but Jonah's good. I know. I'm sorry. I'm taking forever, guys. Man, taking Deion would probably be a game changer. But Barmore's back, guys. The question is, do we want... Farms is all right. Jaquelin's been good. Maybe we go with Jonah. Yeah, I'm going to go with Jonah. Plays right tackle. No, I'm going to go... If I can get Jihad here. Nope. Guess not. Nope. Jordan Birch, D-tackle. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. He plays some edge, though. Harold Fanning would not be a bad pickup. Danny Stutzman, not much of a pass rusher. Jordan Birch might be my pick here if I can get him at 84. How are we looking at O tackles here? Ernest Green, Blake Miller, right tackle. Belton probably at 80. I might have to go, yeah. I wouldn't hate though, but here's the thing. Like this crew right here, if I can get one of those at 108, I'd be happy. So... oh, jeez, right here. Boom. Thank you. Someone took Belton at 84. Wipe this out. Let's take a look at OTs. Still have Miller. Still have Zabel. Still have Shelton. Okay. Hey, if Miller makes it to 108, I wouldn't mind taking him as a right tackle. I think this value here is probably Fannin. I'm going to have to go with that. Maybe I can get Birch or Watts next. Nope. Yep. Going for Watts. So safety, tight end's done. Probably could have held off on a more of a... on that, though, but that's okay. Alright, so Zabel, perfect. Perfect. Next, edge rushers. Gabe Akis. Shamar Turner, yeah, not bad. But Jalen Travis, so we still have that. Jalen Knoll, I'm going to probably target if I can get him at 221. Upton Stout. Yeah, they put him in there. Nice. Stowers. Yeah, you know what? Probably could have went after Stowers. Jack Nelson, I can pick him up. Patrick Jenkins is pretty good at D-line. Still need a decent edge rusher. All right, let's see who we got here. And I'm looking for speed. I don't need big dude. So Tyler's a big dude. Don't need him. Wow, Gabe Ackett. Yeah, see, like, where is he? This guy, if he's really, and same thing with Johnny Walker. If these two guys are really being projected to be not draftable, they're going to go back. Both these guys are pretty young. They'll go back. And Johnny Walker's pretty good, but Gabe Akis is an absolute freak of an athlete. Let's take a look at linebacker depth here and see if anybody's got some. Now, I like him as a thumper, but I'm not seeing anybody that I'm really sold on as having some pass rush. Some good linebackers still to go, though. That's for sure. Tyreen Powell, love that guy. Kobe King and Tyreen Powell can pass rush. I'd have to look at Teddy Buchanan again. These guys, I'm not really sure, but maybe get him at 240. Let's just take. Let's see what happens. So far, I think so good. I'm not saying this is a great one, but I think we're doing okay. I really want to get Jalen Noel. Let's take a look at wide receivers in general. Barry Brown, big, fast. Ricky White's really good. Batch is good. I like Jalen Noel a little bit more because of his release package. The guy is very shifty. He's essentially a heavier version of Demario Douglas. Now Douglas to me makes much more, moves in open space after, yards after catch. But in terms of like getting separation, getting like quickly getting open, he's very similar. Jalen's actually probably got a better skills wise, better release package. So there's and LeJonte Wester, I like that guy too. Nick Nash this far down. Give me a break. D-line. Andre Jefferson, Joshua Farmer. I saw him. Cam Jackson, Thor Griffith. So not rushing on D tackles right now. OT. Yeah, I think for Liufamoa would be a good move right here. Then we'd be done with, maybe I'll go for Xavier Truss here. Yeah. All right, so back to not knowing what I want right here. Seth, he just popped his Achilles, apparently. Hunter at interior offensive lineman, I guess. He's a tackle, but I guess he can play interior. Kind of cleaned me out in terms of centers. Thomas Perry can play some center. There's Clay Webb, yeah. Wow. 349. Really? Did he have all of a sudden a terrible season that I didn't know about? Tyler Barron. Yikes. I'll go with Falil. I like him a lot. Him down here is pretty. And I'll go Jalen Noel. Yeah, okay, we got it. Sorry this is taking forever, but where is he? Jalen Noel. Noel. D tackle. Stowers, yeah. I would probably, if we didn't need another, no, we don't need it. D tackle or edge. Let's see what we got. D line. Eric Gregory is good. Let's take a look at edge. Linebacker. A lot of guys that would still be available. I'm assuming, let's just, play the game of hey, these guys would still be able. Oh my gosh, running backs. RJ Harvey still available. Crazy. Huh. He's still available. That's a smart one. Boston kid. Boom, over. I'll take that. There you go. All right, so let's do one when we trade back. Sorry that took forever, guys. And we'll end it after this one. Let's see what we got. Yeah, go to 11. That's not bad. Not much in terms of in return, but let's just, you know, I'm not too worried about that. Now, here's a good, I mean, now, a lot of people are like, why would I go after? Well, Will Johnson is blue chip. So is Will Campbell. We do need a solid second corner. Like, it's obvious. I mean, I like Marcus Jones, but he's a slot corner. And the last 2 games have been essentially the 2 teams or several games actually, just pick on Marcus Jones because we don't have a solid second corner. I'm not sure if Miles Battle can develop into anything or if Zay Bolden's got some more juice in him. And obviously Alex Austin's coming back. So maybe, you know, again, towards the end of the season, maybe it's not as obvious and you have to go after Will Johnson. But I'm sitting here and I'm looking at 2 guys that would be Will Campbell or Will Johnson. I'm gonna go the Will Campbell route. All right, we'll do that. You give me Cam Williams. I'm getting Cam Williams. Oh yeah. Ooh, or Booker. That is interesting. Cam Williams or Booker. Cam Williams or Booker. Man, Cam Williams is like as right tackle as you can possibly get. But so Tyler Booker is also one of your best offensive linemen in general in college football. Cam Williams would be developmental, but he's just like, well, who is it? He's like, you know, what's his face from Georgia last year? Just absolute freak. Well, I can't remember his name, but it's very raw. Getting him in the second round would make sense. Tyler Booker would be day 1 starter. Cameron Williams would be maybe a day 1 starter. Tyler Booker, I wouldn't mind putting almost in any position on the offensive line. I'm gonna think. Oh, although I'd love to have Cameron Williams. Now, say like let's talk this. If they were able to get Tet and then Cam Williams there, or Tyler Booker's there at the top of the second, that's a smart move. Deion Walker's hard to walk away from too. I'm gonna go with this route because you play right. You'll have there's your right tackle. Will Campbell can play either left tackle or left guard. So your offensive line's like essentially done. I mean, unless there's some really good pickup later on for interior or a versatile guy, or if Tate Ratledge is still available. Oh my gosh, it's like the offensive line. Tate Ratledge is one of your best interior offensive linemen. I'm still going to go Davidson. You're not going to find a better physical freak at that corner in this draft. I'm not big on Elick. But I still like getting Hairston here. Or sorry, Harold Fannin. Evan Stewart. If he's still there at 84, I wouldn't mind him. He'd be a good Z. I'm not sure if he's coming out though. We'll see. I think he believes he might be able to go first as a first rounder. I might go after Evan Stewart here though. Tate Ratledge still available. Criminal. Oh, Jaden Higgins. There's your big X. Let's actually take a look at that because we need to get an X receiver at some point. Savion could probably get him at 108. Ty Felton, I wouldn't see, like, he's good Z too. Let's go Evan Stewart and then see if Savvy's still there. And then we gotta start thinking edge maybe. Oh, Jane Higgins is still there. Thank you. Done with wide receiver, done with offensive tackle. Now we're looking for edge D tackle. This is an interesting draft. Safety too, if I can get Saab. Makuba wouldn't be bad. He plays some corner as well. Stackhouse, he's good. Deontay Lawson is a linebacker. Mike Green. Yeah, that's what I'm going after. Thank you. Speed rusher, so like real true 9, plays linebacker. Now for D tackle, maybe Zane Durant. Where would he be? Oh, Riley Mills would be a good run stuffer. So I'll take him. This has turned out to be a good draft. No, I don't want any wide receivers. Sonny Styles I'd be big on. But talking to Jim Nagy, it sounds like he's probably going back. So let's take a look at. We have edge, D line. I take another offensive, tight end. Don't know much about him. Let's take a look at. Is Gillenberg still up? Yeah, so I'd go up. He's one of your better, bigger dudes. Now, he's been injured for most of the year, so I think he has a year of eligibility left, so I think he might go back. Interior offensive line. Any good centers? If he survives to, like, the 6th or 7th round in real life, like, an actual draft, he'd be a good pickup, but he popped his Achilles, guys. Man, they really cleared out centers real quick. Tommy Hill's a freak. I wouldn't mind going after him for another. He's a bigger guy. Noel Williams is a good ball hawk. Oh, yeah, safety. Safeties. Lathan Rantham, good. Woller's pretty good, too. I wouldn't mind him. Where's he at? He'd be a good pickup. Good. Yeah, we don't need it, though. All right, let's go. Oh, Zane Durant. Oh, we don't need another detail. You know what? Might do it. Because he's interior rusher, plus he works off the edge. He's mostly an edge rusher, I think, for the most part. Man, I like him a lot. We also can get Xavier Truss. Let's take a look at linebacker real quick. I would definitely go, if he's going, I would be foaming at the mouth to get Sonny Styles this late in the draft. He's pretty good, a little slow, but in terms of like instincts and hit and like playing like real big thumper, definitely. Might not, well, that wouldn't be a bad pickup. All right, so let's just go. Davin Van's another guy to pick up. Andre Jefferson. Lots of good D linemen left. All right, so I'm gonna hold off on the D tackle at the moment. What else do I need to get that's gonna go first? Maybe corner. Tommy Hill wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't know if he's played any safety though. You know what? I'm going to go with Hunter Wohler. I think that's a smart move. And then pick another versatile D tackle here. Yeah, Zane Durant. C+. Probably the least likely to actually occur, but I like it. This might be one of my favorite ones yet. Fill in wherever you need them. Just there you go. There's your offense. Just it's OT, but it's just OL in real life. Put them where you need them. Cam Williams, legitimate, just heavy, monstrous right tackle. You know, maybe he's takes half a season or something like that to get up to speed, and let Trey Jacobs, Caden Wallace, and him battle it out for right tackle. It's over and done. Like, you have enough right tackles. It's over and done with. Davidson, developmental corner, but probably could. Definitely has the skills to play. Or sorry, the physical attributes to play man, but probably needs to be brought up to speed. He would be your gamble here, but high upside. Harold Fannin, one of your top receivers, period. I mean, he's tight end, but he's one of the. I think he's over 1,000 yards already. Evan Stewart, much more of a Z. Jane Higgins, Big X. Mike Green, speed rusher. Riley Mills, big. Well, he can play. Actually, he's got pass rush ability, but can definitely play interior. Wohler, solid safety, and Zane Durant is a versatile D lineman. Can have him straight up. Right on the nose guard all the way out to edge. So that's just depth and probably got some upside. He might go back. I think he's got another year of eligibility. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Sorry for taking so long to get this one done. I like both of them. You guys probably hated them. If there's any guys I really missed or overlooked, let me know. I'm okay with thinking of potentially going for a corner or an edge in the first round if they wanted to trade back. We'll have to maybe have that conversation later on. But I think if this is like, for example, if we talk about this, a lot of these guys would be some solid upgrades. Ones that would probably be day one starters, though, out of all these, probably Will Campbell and Fannin, and the rest of these guys would probably have to prove it, right? I mean, the wide receivers would probably definitely get some rotation in there, but still would need probably some development. And then everybody on this back half, defensive-wise, would be very rotational, and probably actually by design. Like Mike Green, I don't know if he's if he develops all the way, if he's going to be a 3-down guy. Riley Mills might develop into that. I think he's got the size and the build. He's like 6'5", like 300 something. Wohler might just be a special teamer. Zane Durant would be your big gamble, probably out of all these guys, about where you find him, because he's like, I think like 6 foot 6'1", like 280. But he's a physical freak. He's fast. The length would be the question. Like, what would he be? He'd be something that the Patriots really never really had. Oh, I shouldn't say never, but have had a long time, which is guy who can definitely, narrow his shoulders, make himself small, and slip through the cracks. His shedding the block is not great, but in terms of technique, he does get off blocks because his pad level is crazy. He's got burst and he's got strength. So he's like a Tasmanian devil. Like, he's just very raw, all over the place, but sometimes that works, like lane assignments can be an issue, stuff like that. But hey, put 7th round, why not? High upside, at the very least, guy's going to be probably a monster on special teams as a rookie, just creating havoc, getting the rush in there. Anyway, so decent drafts, not my favorites, but except this last one could be, if I think about it more. Are any of them likely? Probably not. I thought going into the last year's draft, although I kind of liked all the positions they went after, the execution was not my favorite for the most part, even though I had 3 of those guys I did videos on. Still not very happy about how it actually came out. So I'll probably be watching the screaming. But anyway, what do you guys think? Let me know. If you guys like this content, please like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.